Like it's the first frame. Shaun Clarke.
Marcel Eckhart is the referee. My co-commentator is Joe Johnson. And I know, Joe, you hold Jamie Clarke in high regard as far as being a competitor is concerned, but I think he's got his hands full this evening.
Well, he certainly has, because he's never beaten Shaun Murphy. Played twice before, as was mentioned. And the last time they played, he didn't win a frame. Shaun won 5-0. So he has got it all to do, for sure. And we heard from Shaun, he's feeling confident about his game. But you've got to turn that confidence into silverware, into trophies.
Yeah, the last meeting you were talking about, it was comprehensive with a capital C. And it was recent. Last 64 of the Xi'an Grand Prix this season. Murphy outscored Clarke 497 points to 28. He had 3 centuries, 128, 103, 100, plus 2 other breaks of 84 and 76. Now that's a hammering.
Yeah, incredible snooker. And with that safety shot from Jamie Clarke, opening the reds up and attacking safety. But he's left a chance for Shaun. Trying to hold for the black, and he's done just so. Again, a great crowd in this evening. Great atmosphere.
Yes, the snooker kicked off here around 11 hours ago. First up, it was Ali Carter against Ian Burns.
8.
And the crowd for the very first frame was around the same as it is now. So much enthusiasm for snooker in this part of the world.
9.
I was talking to Shaun Murphy about his revival in form when we were out in Saudi Arabia, and I said, why is it that you have one really good season, then a bad one, then a good one, and there's no rhyme or reason to it? And he said, well, if you know the answer, I'll put you on commission. I don't know the answer, but there is no doubt. Over the last 6 or 7 years, it's been a case of feast or famine.
17.
Although, to be fair to Shaun, he's been up against some really good players in form. They've really played well against him. Got to remember that the players that he's playing are in a similar class to what he is.
24.
They can't both play well and win.
25.
When he completed the Players and Tour Championship double early last year, I think everyone assumed he would have a really good campaign. 23-24 didn't materialise, but now he's back where he should be.
Well, it's little shots like that, though, Phil. You know, he played for the other red to be high on this red to get back to the black. But where he's finished with that cannon, it's not simple now, the positional side of the shot. He's going to have to trust to luck a little. If he's not hampered on the black, it's not too bad. But if he's hampered, this is tough. The blue may even be easier. Now you can cue it. Nicely played, right in the middle. And again, has he gone far enough with his positional play? Played for the red to the left corner.
40. One.
very early stages of the match. Murphy wants to impose his authority. Straight out of the gate. Or after what happened at the Xi'an Grand Prix, I think he wants to reimpose his authority.
48.
So 6 reds, 6 blacks.
49.
We've been here before today. Judd Trump was on a maximum. Shaun Murphy has made the same, actually, as Judd Trump. 8 maximums.
56. 57.
Nothing will ever top Murphy's
64.
147 in the shootout last year. To make a 147 in the shootout, it defies belief.
65.
It was one of the great breaks of all time.
Yeah, 1 frame match. How did you get on then? Well, had 1 shot. He's just overrun a little.
72.
Terrific wrist player. I hope that's... Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Marvellous. Shouldn't have said anything.
Shaun Murphy.
A good 72, but the frame's not over yet. 75 left on the table.
When Trump was targeting his 147 this afternoon, he missed a very risky black on 65, and Liu Hongyu cleared up with 68. Clarke would love to do something similar here.
Well, that's a good opening red to start with. And just 1 awkward red on the left side cushion. The one on the black cushion. We've seen that these do roll along the cushion. What a steal it would be.
Eight. Nine.
He needs to stay on the big colours.
16.
He's only got 3 points to play with, so he could take a pink.
Seventeen.
Had a great World Championship. It was about 4 years ago now, when he just lost on the deciding frame to Anthony McGill, 13-12. Played superbly. They both did. Now he needs an angle on this red to be able to come back down the table for the pink or black. Would have
23.
liked to have been just a little bit further away from the cushion. but he should be able to get to the black from there. Concentrated on position, and he was bang on it, wasn't he?
Jamie Clarke, 23.
The clearance was always a tough ask, but that didn't stop Murphy being a little concerned sitting in his chair.
Well, that certainly helps Shaun Murphy's cause, pushing the blue safe. Oh, that's an excellent safety. Little tap on the table there from Shaun Murphy. He couldn't have played that any better. And that's what he played, cushion first. Send the red down the table, try and get the cue ball in behind the black. Well executed. Certainly helps with the three reds being down the baulk end of the table. Not easy to keep coming back down the table for the black and pink, and he can afford to take one more pink. Jamie Clarke.
Following him is Jamie Clarke.
Yep, that will be going back. A little bit more breathing space now.
It's on the right side, Graham. Just go on the right side. I think you put the foul points on the wrong side.
Marcel Lecomte
Step
just
back here, did you?
explaining to his marker Graham Mason that the points for the foul have been put on the wrong side of the ledger. There's Mr. Mason.
Jamie, yeah.
Well, this time, although Murphy makes contact, that was the desired result for Clarke. A second bite at the clearance cherry.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused as to why Shaun didn't play the red next to the blue and just hit it from behind and push it to the baulk cushion. Maybe he thinks the red is safe there. Which, to be fair, it is a little safer than it would be out in the open. Didn't really want to be straight on the black, but those 4 points make a difference. He can take the pink. Great cue power Jamie Clarke's got. Needs a kiss though, otherwise he could be snookered.
8.
Murphy right now ruining the fact he missed that red with a rest, which is a rarity for him. It was frame ball. on a max, all that kind of stuff, and it went out of the window when he caught the red too full.
Jamie Clarke, 8.
Yeah, this is the red what Phil's talking about. Normally very solid, reliable with the rest.
I promise to keep you right up to date with the deciding frame of Jack Jones, Ishpreet Singh Chadha. Well, Chadha leads by 3 points and he's at the table scoring. He's had some good wins, has the Indian. But I think if he were to beat Jack Jones this evening, it would be the biggest shock of the day. And there you can see what an opportunity to win. Brown on its spot, blue on its spot. In goes the brown. Only the blue is needed. And this year's World Championship beaten finalist will be beaten tonight. This to make absolutely sure. We didn't know an awful lot about Ishpreet Singh Chadha when he came onto the tour. A lot of very good players know about him now because he's beaten them. And Jack Jones is the latest. The first top 16 player to be eliminated from this year's Bedvictor English Open is the Welshman Jones.
Could have done without the kiss. Would have dropped him behind it.
One little caveat, we're talking about top 16 absentees from the last 32. Yes, Jones is the first to depart. Ding Junwei didn't enter, so he's not there either.
Well, this is a little bit of trouble for Shaun Murphy. He's thinking about just landing up to that red nearest the pocket, coming off the left side cushion. I think that could be a good choice of shot. Just needs to land up to it. Yeah, that's good. It's good unless Jamie Clarke pots that red along the cushion. But it's a very tricky shot to play.
Well, he's proving very determined in this opening frame, is Clarke.
Oh, that's another mistake from Shaun Murphy. This frame now is out of his hands. £37 points the difference. The bigger the colour with this red. Trying to get onto the blue, and that's not a bad attempt. Nice angle on the blue to get back across for the red.
Has missed a similar shot to this in the frame already, overcut it. Same pocket, same kind of shot. This time a very different result.
Yeah. Six.
Again, no. He could have done with being just a little bit straighter on this red. These are very missable, but if it does go in, he should be favourite to win this frame.
Seven.
Well, after being 72 points to 0 behind, Jamie Clarke, I think, is the new favourite for the frame, especially if this pot and positional shot comes off.
Got to miss the middle pocket here. This middle pocket to the right. It's a very risky shot to play that because the in-off is on. But he took the risk, and now, as Phil says, he should be favourite.
Needs to clear the colours to snatch the frame by a single point.
$13.
Could have been better. Again, very nervy little shots these. If you drop them in slow, the cue ball could drift before it gets to the green. Play it hard. You're further away from the brown than you want to be. But that's good. He's held it. He's held it well.
Not very often you make a break over 70 and lose a frame. But that looks like being the bitter pill that Shaun Murphy must swallow.
$25.
Yeah, this is the red that he missed on 72, which he would normally knock in, to be fair.
Ideally wanted to be straighter on this pink, did Jamie Clarke. Question marks about the frame remain.
Yeah, you don't really want to be playing these with left-hand side on the cue ball. And the black not being on its spot, he needs to play it with left-hand side.
31.
Got the side on. So, opening frame, black ball for it. Just what we all like to see. Would you believe it? Tried to make sure of it by rolling it in the pocket, and it stays on the lip. Incredible.
Shaun Murphy 7 and the first.
When Jamie Clarke was over the black, I was going to say this is a frame that could alter the entire complexion of the match. It still could. Shaun Murphy got away with one there. Has taken a 1-0 lead over Jamie Clarke. Clarke must be ruining his miss black. All the hard work to get back into the frame from nowhere. All of that hard work undone.
Yeah, how often though would he have punched the black in instead of just rolling it in? If he punches it in, you'd fancy him for your life. But the black could have just drifted to the right slightly. Who knows? I'd like to ask him.
Well, Joe, this is my take on the black. Having seen it 2 or 3 times now, I think it did drift slightly. But whether it drifted enough to cause the miss, that's open to debate. I personally don't think so.
Yeah, he probably aimed top angle and it drifted ever so slightly. Had it been in the centre of the pocket, I'm sure it would have gone in off the angle. Oh, wait for it. Oh, things are just happening, aren't they, for Shaun Murphy?
You cannot believe a Cuban as good as Murphy can essentially miss that red.
Shaun Murphy 1.
Well, it's never easy. The cut back on the black shouldn't have been there. He knows that.
You get the feeling with Jamie Clarke, he's still a little disconsolate about the way the first frame ended. But Murphy malfunctioning also. Clarke has won a match already in the tournament. To be here, he beat Hamid Mir 4-3, making a 50 break in the decider. So he's got some ranking points to go on the total. But where he is on the world list, 61st, that is precarious. Because at the end of the campaign, only the top 64 will retain their playing privileges for next season. Oh, now that's better for Murphy. That's much better.
Yeah, great pot.
1.
I think you can just about see the black. Played the cue ball back to where it is, just in case.
Black ball.
I don't think he's on anything.
8. Shaun Murphy 8.
I always think this is a tough slot for the players. The last match on at night. You never know when you're going to start. And quite often, you can be playing quite late. Sometimes even quite early, i.e. early morning.
Well, full ball kiss on the green. Leaves Shaun Murphy with another chance. Norm is such a good long ball potter, as he proved at his last visit to the table. And just about got the right side of the blue. Now, if he could take the red next to the black spot, that would then free the way for the black to be respotted. Has he come too far?
6.
No, he's okay. Just.
Seven.
Delicate little shot, that. Little stun shot, trying to hold the cue ball. Well, it's red to the right corner.
14.
Held it well.
$15. $22.
Such a classic cueist.
$23.
And to start the campaign, such a heavy scorer. Only Judd Trump and Mark Williams have made more centuries this season than Murphy.
$30. $31.
Well, he's got the option of going into the reds, and there's two ways of playing it. He could play right into the pink, full in the face, or miss the pink on the left, like so.
$36.
I think that was the percentage shot, Joe. I think one of the dangers with that was maybe tying up the black, but that's been avoided.
$37.
Oh, again, he could play for the red next to the black. That's achievable. Or he could play for the reds into the left corner. Chose the left corner.
$42. $40. 43.
That pause after the backswing. He delivers the cue with such authority.
.48.
Yes, and this time he'd like to finish it off at this visit. Should have lost the last one after making the 72 break. It was down to that man, and he didn't. So, this red
56.
should see him safe to a 2-0 lead.
57. .64. 65.
Surprisingly, just the single Home Nation Series title for Shaun Murphy. He won the 2020 Welsh Open. But he has been to 3 Home Nations finals.
72. .73.
And the quality of his snooker to win the Players' Championship in early 2023 was one of the best overall performances to win an event I've ever seen. He was unstoppable, knocking in balls from distance to set up huge breaks. The perfect blueprint.
Yeah, he can make the game look so easy when he's in full flow. Tried to catch this red half ball. So needs a good pot here to make the century. Yeah, good recovery. Big bounce.
Thankful. .95. .97.
The green for his 671st century in pro competition.
100.
Yeah, the crowd absolutely loving this. Could have had a maximum in the first, century in the second.
104.
Doesn't get any better than this.
.109.
He'll still be thinking about the black he missed, Jamie Clarke.
115.
A cheeky attempt at a double does not come off. But Shaun Murphy in that frame, looking good in doubling his lead.
Thank you. The third frame. Jamie Clarke.
Marcel Eckhart announcing the start of the third frame. The way things have gone so far, you can't help but wonder whether it's the third frame and the penultimate frame. Clarke needs to get a grip. What a daunting prospect for Jamie Clarke. 2-0 down to Shaun Murphy. And if he comes back to win, yes, he'll be ecstatic, but I think he will still be thinking about that Miss Black, whether he wins or loses. Certainly if he loses, he won't forget it for a month or so. But the other daunting aspect for Clarke is that if he does win, what's up next? Well, it is Jackson Page or Neil Robertson. Tough section of the draw, this.
Doesn't get any easier, does it? And that's what you're faced with as a professional snooker player. You've got to beat these top players if you want to get to the top yourself. He showed us. He's got the game. Get into the last 16 of the World Championship and just losing by the odd frame. Tells you some player.
Yeah, and when he got to the last 16 of the championship in 2020, in the first round he overcame Mark Allen, and it was a brilliant performance.
Six.
Before turning pro, he put together a really good amateur CV. On the Welsh Amateur Championship in 2014. The following year, runner-up in the European Amateur and World Under-21. And then in 2016, again, runner-up in the European Amateur Championship. One of his best wins, apart from that success over Mark Allen at the Crucible. He beat Mark Selby in the qualifiers for the German Masters of 2020. And a former shootout semi-finalist.
Yeah, he's hovering though, isn't he? On the verge of going off the tour. Down at 61. Could do with a really good run in one of these tournaments. He's capable. Oh, has he just overrun that one?
22. Free.
So one more red. And then he's got to start thinking about opening more reds up. And he was thinking about going into them this time round. Oh, that's some split. He couldn't have struck that any better. Terrific split. Look at this cue ball going through the reds. With all that bottom on the cue ball. That's what we like to see. Aggressive split. I've got to finish the job.
31.
Yes, when he went into the reds there, it was the initial zip, then the secondary zip, and I think it went a third time. Illustrating two things. He's known for his cue power, there's no doubt about that, but also
36.
this playing surface conducive to players playing with lots of spin.
37. 42. $43.
Must apologise for the lack of score on the bottom of your screen. A few graphics issues.
50.
Mind you, this frame has been all about one visit. This one.
Yes, and his positional play so far has been absolutely perfect. Giving himself every opportunity to get to the next object ball. Well, that's the first loose one, but he's still on this red to the left corner.
56.
Can't afford to miss now, though, with 5 or 6 reds surrounding the black.
$57.
He may have to play this with a touch of right-hand side on the cue ball. I'm not sure if you can just drop it in and be on a red. They all seem to be covering one another. And if he has to play it with right-hand side, it's missable. Nicely played. He got the side on. He's on the red. And that should be enough to seal this frame.
64.
One more red and the colour needed. And this is a good performance from Jamie. And it just shows you how good he is, because missing that black, it could have knocked his cork out for the whole match. But full credit to him. This blue, he'll have won this frame in one visit. You can't do any better than that.
Belief in gaining the victory restored.
70.
Textbook response.
$71.
If he pots 4 reds, 4 blacks and all the colours, he would equal his highest ever break in pro competition. 136 at the World Championship 4 years ago.
78.
That's now out of the window. But still a very satisfying century. Very much in his wheelhouse.
$84. 85.
This would be a fine break,
92.
regardless of circumstance, Joe, but considering he lost the first frame after missing an easy black and then sat out a century in the second, this is good stuff.
93.
Yeah, it just shows you what he's made of, doesn't it? Very impressive. Just under hit that one slightly. It's made this red a little more
99.
awkward than it should have been. The red for a century. Yes, it's there. Well played.
Richly deserved from Jamie Clarke, and there is no better way
106.
to boost confidence than to run the table.
108. $111. 115.
These days, the top players, pretty much to a man, all say that the lower ranked players, as a collective, are better than they've ever been. And Clarke here proving that theory.
20. 20. 23rd frame.
No TC for JC, but Jamie Clarke is back in the reckoning. Murphy's Law questioned. When Shaun Murphy won the first two frames, I think a lot of people, myself included, assumed it would be quite a straightforward victory. Not anymore, because Jamie Clarke's response in the third was out of the top draw.
Yes, and Shaun knows that he could have been 2-1 down very easily. So won't be taking things for granted, Shaun Murphy.
Murphy is the world number 8. He's got plenty of points on the board, but it can be a little deceptive, that, because come the spring, he loses a massive haul of points for winning the Players' Championship and Tour Championship the season before last. And when those points come off, his top 16 status might be in jeopardy. Unless he can go deep somewhere, and when a player of his calibre has a little bit of rub like that, boy, you become difficult to beat.
Foul and a miss. Shaun Murphy 5. Yeah.
Yeah, no value in playing the red, the only red that it was left. So back the cue ball goes. Jamie Clarke attempting to land up to that red nearest the left corner, coming around the 4 cushions.
It is touching ball.
Yeah, and this time he has pushed a red towards that right corner, but where it's landed, it's not in the ideal spot to be potted. Very difficult pot. And you can't just drop it in because the black doesn't go to the left corner. So that could have been a lot worse for Jamie Clarke.
It's very rare on a shot like that that Murphy doesn't at least threaten the pocket. Didn't strike it badly, but not accurate enough.
Oh, that's a mistake. Just trying to drop it in for the black, and that could cost him dearly.
You would argue, Joe, that's his worst shot of the match. Timed it very poorly.
Yeah, he's played it with left-hand side on the cue ball, and the left-hand side has took it away from the red, and he's caught it too thin. So what can Shaun Murphy do? Not an easy table as yet, but that could all change in a few shots. Well, he's on one, but it could have been easier, this.
8.
That was the key to that particular shot. Keep it simple. Just trundle the cue ball down for a choice of ball colour.
The red just below the pink. He'd love that red to be able to go, and would then free the pink. That's the one. Not sure if it will go to that left corner from that camera angle. And that shot tells us it will go. Again, not ideally on it. He would have liked to have been straight on this red to the left corner. If it had finished on the black there, the goods would certainly have been with him.
Yellow ball. Shaun Murphy, 13.
From where he was, that was a terrific return. Catch that a little too thick, and the cue ball is marooned in the business end of the table. Catch it too thin, it can zip around and also lead to trouble.
Yeah, similar type of shot, wasn't it? And he caught just a little bit thick, but he's got away with it.
The applause you can hear emanates from table 3. Chris Wakelin has just taken a 3-1 lead over Joe Perry. He was 61-0 down in the fourth frame, cleared up with 68. Weaving his way through lots of traffic, Joe, there.
Yeah, he did well, didn't he? Had to avoid a lot of reds. And he's got that cue ball close to the cushion. Well, Shaun's just had a shot similar to this. Not quite as difficult as this one. Caught it a little bit thick the last time round. Caught this one thin, overcompensated. And that's a good pot. But unfortunately,
1.
not on a colour. Tried to miss the black. Taking that cue ball round the cushions for the blue. So just a safety.
Big ball. Jamie Clarke. 1.
Well, a little smile from Shaun Murphy because he knows he's left a chance at this red to the right corner. Shot to nothing.
Pressure on all of the seeds here in this round, because if you win the round, you're on 5,400 points. If you lose the round as a seed, you get 0. Mind you, not quite as acute as the first match at the Saudi Arabia Snooker Masters, where if you're a top 16 member, you got 0 for losing, guaranteed 30,000 for winning.
Where's this cue ball? Well, has he covered it? And there's the answer. So another chance for Shaun Murphy. Not an easy table by any means. Thinking of playing cushion first. Trying to get the cue ball back down towards one of the colours. Preferably the blue. Change of mind.
One.
Well, he put the kitchen sink into that. Didn't quite catch it as he wanted to, because the action on the cue ball was, for him, almost minimal.
Yeah, caught it too thin, didn't he? He wanted a fuller ball contact. I think he was right the first time round, cushion first.
Shaun Murphy 1.
And forced a cue awkwardly there. That was a big ask, wasn't it, the blue?
And he would have had a very difficult shot the next time round with the rest. Just trying to force something to happen. Just not happening for Jamie Clarke. Well, he could try and come off cushion first and drop in behind the brown. It looks like he's...
Jamie Clarke 1.
Well, let's put the pink out of commission as well now.
Yes, by far the scrappiest frame of the match. And it looks set to continue. 2-1 here, 2-1 also for Rob Milkins over Oliver Lyons. Milkins won the third frame there on the pink. It's now 2-2, Thepchaiya Anu and Pang Junzhu. And what's more, in frame 5, Anu starting the scoring with a break of 54 that's ongoing.
Now, could push the red over the pocket here if he's not careful. And that's what he's done. Very awkward table though, with all the reds on the cushion.
Yes, given the awkwardness of the balls, I think it would be a big ask to make a frame-winning break here, but Murphy can certainly build a very useful lead.
Yes, it helps getting the blue back on its spot. But that wasn't the best positional shot he's ever played. Disgusted with that one.
6.
Yeah, well worth playing the double, but is he on anything? I don't think he is, you know. So is it to be a difficult blue or the safety?
Blue ball.
Yeah, good pot. Terrific pot. But not out of the woods yet. It's a thin cut, this. So, Jamie Clarke, he's going to get his chance. Tough table.
Short visit, that. Always kicking against the wind, Murphy.
One.
29-point lead, Shaun Murphy. Not a bad lead where the reds are.
Six.
He's got the angle to disturb the reds if he wishes. Easy enough to play for the red that's nearest the right corner. The problem's going to be, where's the next red coming from after this one? That red that's closest to the middle pocket looks fairly comfortable on screen, but it's a tough pot to take on if he plays for it. Even more so from that angle.
20.
Yes, the narrowness of the potting angle, the entrance into the pocket, it almost doesn't exist.
Yeah, well played. Now he's got the angle on the black to try and come in and out of balk. And he could try and drop in behind that red closest to the middle. Never touch the sides. Well, played for the double again. And why not?
28.
When you've just knocked one in, it gives you the feel for what's required here.
Well, so difficult to get to those two reds now. Nice pot. And that black takes him into the lead.
36.
And you wouldn't have thought that when he came to the table. But two doubles have helped him to get into the lead.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. What a hard-working contribution of 36. Doesn't want to unravel that toil with one poor safety.
I'm not sure what he played there, but it wasn't that. And he's just given the advantage away in this frame. Doesn't need the difficult pink. Oh, you could have done without the kiss, actually.
1.
Or a favourable one. He played the kiss to try and develop the red. He felt sure that he would have been on the black or the yellow.
Yellow ball.
Doesn't want this kiss. Very unfortunate. Would have been on the red in some way.
3. Shaun Murphy free.
And finished it off with a good safety.
Yes, when the red hit the green, it was essential to have cover, and Murphy has. Although...
yeah, he might just
he
be
might
able
see an
to
edge, yeah.
Yeah, he could pot it. Well, where's it all going to finish? Pretty good for Jamie Clarke.
Murphy's so relieved to see the red run on past the middle pocket.
Has it just run on far enough, though?
Oh, undoubtedly.
Well, no, I don't know. From there, it looks almost certainly run past.
Frame in the balance, match in the balance.
Well, he tried to get in behind the green and brown. It was a good attempt, but you've got to concentrate on the object ball. Fortunately, it's gone close to the cushion. Now, has he had a bit? Can he see enough of this red? The answer's no. Can't see enough to pot it. He can hit it. The red would be going close to that left corner pocket if he could avoid the double kiss.
Gone into the snooker vocabulary, the dreaded double kiss. In that case, it was a delightful double kiss for Murphy. Of great assistance. Low scoring frame, disjointed. Peeling simply because of the awkwardness of the reds from early on. But it counts just as much as the previous two frames, which were won by centuries.
This is very close. Yeah, excellent shot. And that is a tough snooker. Gotta be careful of the free ball.
Jamie Clarke. Yep.
So gets another chance at this.
That was one of those dress rehearsal shots Joey wanted to try and flick off the red, so now he's taken the plunge and tried out the shot. He'll just make the necessary readjustment and hope it's on the mark.
Yeah, and it is. Well hit. Always good to get the line first time round.
I think he wanted to hit it slightly thinner than that, but he will gladly accept the outcome.
So those 4 points that Jamie Clarke just earned has meant that Shaun Murphy needs the black with this red, otherwise he would need the pink. And that's a disaster for Jamie Clarke. Now, let's see if Shaun Murphy's done the maths. Will he play for the black? Yep, he's just working it out. If he takes the black, he doesn't need the pink. Any other colour? Barring the pink, of course. He's going to need that safe pink on the side cushion.
One.
Yeah, very clever of Shaun Murphy to work that out. And now you fancy him strongly for this frame.
8.
Took the risk, Jamie Clarke, with that red down the cushion.
10.
Brown and blue needed then.
$17.
The arithmetic worked, the clearance worked.
$22.
Just making sure of the score, Shaun Murphy.
Shaun Murphy, 22.
It's always a tall order to get a snooker with pink and black left on the table. But of course, Clarke's got to try.
Foul. Shaun Murphy,
That, though,
6. And
is
the
that. So, Shaun Murphy wins the first frame on the black. He wins the fourth on the blue. And it's Jamie Clarke who's feeling a little bruised. He's 3-1 down. Third frame of the match on table one. Jamie Clarke showed great resilience. He was 2-0 down. He made 120 break. That resilience needs to be on display again. One of those contests, Joe, where it's 3-1 to Murphy. It's not too much of a stretch to think it might be 3-1 the other way.
Yeah, especially in that opening frame where Jamie missed that easy black.
This is the black that basically established the pattern of the match, i.e. Murphy going ahead. What a mistake from Clarke.
Yeah, because it was a double whammy, wasn't it? Because it would have really hurt Shaun Murphy had he lost that after making a 72 break on a maximum.
The scoreboard not in Clarke's favour, the geography of this tournament not in his favour either. It's a very lengthy drive back across country from east to west to his hometown of Llanelli in South Wales, all around the M25 and then down the length of the M4. If you were to drive back tonight, defeated 4-1 after missing that black in the first frame, don't think you'd be full of the joys of spring.
Well, he's forced the mistake from Shaun Murphy. Shaun catching that red much too thick. Has to sit and wait. Played with a lot of drag on the cue ball, and he's held it too well. He's not on anything.
Clarke 1.
Well, I was going to say, can he be tempted, but I don't think it was even a tempt. He was going for this, whatever. Oh, and that kiss could be a disaster. Depends on how far that cue ball comes. And I think it's come far enough for Shaun Murphy.
Black clearly goes into the same pocket the red's just gone into. And now Clarke, even though Murphy's only just begun, Clarke's entitled to fear the worst, because this is a gilt-edged chance.
Yeah, just the kind of chance that Shaun Murphy devours reds around the black spot. At the very least, a chance to make a decent break, get a good lead in the frame that he needs to go into the next round.
No.
If Murphy does win this frame, it will
60.
mean they've played 15 frames against each other. And Murphy would have won 13 of them. It's a very one-sided head-to-head.
Well, not this evening. He's competed this evening, Jamie Clarke. But as you say, he's only got one frame to show for it. And at the end of the day, that's all that counts in the record books.
24.
He could decide to give these reds a little touch here. Still got already could play for. Looking at a possible plant to the left corner.
32.
That's after the pink or black. There it is. Not difficult to make, that plant.
33.
Yep, nice little cannon to leave himself on the red to the left corner.
40.
Oh, he could bring more reds into play here. Deep screw on the cue ball. Chose against it.
41.
I can tell you with a break of 71, Rob Milkins has drawn level with Oliver Lyons at 3-3, so their decider is about to kick into gear. But the way things are going here, hard to imagine this will go. down to the wire.
Still got another red he could play for at the back of the pack there. We'll go to the right corner. So didn't need to go into them, which he could have done from the yellow.
50.
As you said earlier, Phil, will he get another chance? He'll be thinking not.
$51.
Yeah, because Murphy, so far this season, has been scoring. Prime example, he's semi-final in the Shanghai Masters against Mark Selby.
Oh, what a split. Surely the winning split.
58.
That worked delightfully. Yeah, he made 4 centuries against Selby in that match. And now every
59.
opportunity to make it 2 in this one. And finish in style.
Oh, that cue ball just run on a little
66.
further than he wanted. Still needs another red and a colour.
You can tell from his body language he was just about okay.
$67.
Sportingly, Jamie Clarke claps. His goose is cooked.
$73. $74.
Well, we feared the worst when
81.
Jamie left him in amongst the reds,
82.
and he's proved up to the task. Fought hard this evening, Jamie Clarke, but it all started with that first frame when he missed that easy black, and he'll remember that black for quite a while.
88.
And rightfully so. It was a grievous error after a really good clearance to that point.
89.
Surprisingly, more often than you think, first frames can lay the groundwork for the match as a whole, and I think that's a prime example. And now with total freedom in the cue arm, Shaun Murphy plays a shot that anyone would have been proud of.
96. $97.
Century number 2 of the evening for Murphy. Century number 16 of the season already.
$106.
16 centuries at Christmas is a decent effort. By mid-September, that's a torrid pace.
$109.
Just trying to give that brown a little nudge there, I feel.
$113.
Oh, look at the side on the cue ball. And all the way around the table again. No. Again, look at the side on the cue ball to get onto the black. All Judd Trump stuff, this.
just went forward a frame on the house.
With breaks of 72, 115, and that stylish century to finish, Shaun Murphy continues his very encouraging start to the brand new snooker season. He defeats Jamie Clarke by 4 frames to 1